As an MTSS coordinator, it'll be important for you to make connections with school MTSS teams. Over the next few moments, we will spend some time talking about ways to make those connections and to support your school level teams.
So the first part of this work is really through the lens of you as the MTSS coordinator and connecting with your school MTSS team. So we have four different items here for you to think about before you go into that first coaching session. One would be to know who the different team members are, their contact information, their role on their team, and their role at the school. To help you with communication, you may want to go ahead and set up a distribution list. You may have this specific for your MTSS coaches. You may have one that's specific for leadership at your MTSS schools. And then you may also have a third email distribution list that is for all your MTSS team members. Next, you will want to go ahead and schedule some time to sit down and have some conversation with both the school administration and hopefully the school MTSS coach. After this conversation, we believe that you would be especially ready to meet with the school MTSS team. This would allow time to develop some of a relationship, and we know that that is imperative for this work to move forward. Finally, you could go ahead and schedule that first coaching session. Some different things that you may want to think about during that session would be different trainings that you're going to be hosting. So maybe you have an orientation for new MTSS team members, or maybe you have some training or coach meetings that you're doing with the MTSS coaches. Also, any training that would need to be offered for the full MTSS team at the school, they would want to. This could be an opportunity for you to go ahead and share those dates and locations. With the training, we also want you to be intentional about scheduling time to actually engage in coaching with those school teams. When you're in that time together, and this first coaching session could certainly be an example, you want to make sure that you're taking time to listen and learn about the school's current implementation and their next steps in terms of implementation. Just a little hint, sometimes when we go in and we are spending most of the time talking, we're actually missing out on some opportunities to really build relationships and foster that collaboration. So a little hint is just to maybe take some time and be intentional about really listening to what it is that administration and the team and the coach are really saying. And that may mean that you actually talk a little bit less. This third handout here that we have is really zooming in, and we're thinking about, say that there is a new person that's on that school MTSS team. And so some things that may help in terms of really affirming and building that person's background knowledge on MTSS. Certainly, we know that we're going to need to spend some time making sure they're on the same page in terms of what is MTSS. So that common language work is critical. Also, having some time where that person is doing that compelling why work, understanding what is the SAM, what are our current implementation levels, and what is our next work. And then finally, also thinking about when I, as a new MTSS team member, need help, where do I go? So this may be around some broader needs, but just trying to help that person feel supported in terms of when they need help, that they go. On the second half of this page, this is really thinking about that person's role on the school MTSS team. So we would want to make sure that it's clear to them in terms of what are the goals and responsibilities, or what is the work of our team. Also, we would want to help that person to be empowered and understand what is their specific role in that team. What are their expectations in terms of the work? How do they prepare for meetings and contribute to meetings? When are these meetings? What date and time? And finally, if there are any specific roles, maybe around data and preparation, that is their responsibility, that they're prepared for to meet that expectation.